Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Lydia here. So if you're new to this channel, I just usually share some of the things that I used to change my lifestyle in the past 2 years by building a healthy routine, by going to the gym, and by reading more books. Occasionally I share some of the fun things happening in Hong Kong. In today's video, I just want to talk to you about 3 life lessons that I have learned from learning machine learning. So first thing first, I am not a computer science major or in any sort of understand those rocket science. It's just happened that a few months ago I had a little bit of free time. I decided I wanted to learn something that's totally different from what my routine career would require because of the whole AI and data science are all the hot topics these days. And then I was like, why don't I just learn something, get a basic understanding of what machine learning is. I don't have to build a career out of it, but at least I know what people are talking about. So that's how I come across this course that's ranked possibly #1 on Coursera. It's a machine learning 101 course, which is not the most up-to-date course, I would say, but then it's a pretty good learning source. It talks about some basic ideas like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and some basic concepts in linear algebra, something like gradient descent, logistic regression, k-means distribution, stuff like that. When I first started signing up on this, I had zero idea about what machine learning is really about. I really don't know whether I can finish that class, but just through the first week of learning, all this mystery went away because I learned that actually machine learning, if you read the concept of machine learning, it's the study of computer algorithms that improve automatically through experience and by the use of data. How similar it is to our everyday life, right? It's actually the same and it's applicable to everything else. I got more passionate about learning this thing. Today I'm not going to share what exactly machine learning is about, but I wanted to share what I learned from learning machine learning and 3 life lessons. In the 3 lessons, I will just use the 3 components of machine learning: the input, procedure, and output. In parallel with the concept, the study of computer algorithms that improves automatically, that's procedure, and through experience and the use of data. The use of data is the input, the procedure is the algorithm, and automatically improve is the outcome. Alright, let's go. The first part is input. So I think that's about data and working memory. Working memory is a key concept of our own brain. So in human minds, like there's constantly this whole working memory thing at the back of our minds. It's just a temporary memory. It's more like the data that machine learning is actually processing about. So if you think of this way, if we combine the working memory concept and the data input concept, and the life lessons, I think is that we just need to make sure that we have the best data for our own life. If you're going to train a machine to solve a problem, you want to feed the good data and the right amount of resources for it to produce the correct result. Say for example, you want this whole algorithm to help you give you results, whether you like something on Netflix or whether you're going to like this video on YouTube, then you need to feed the right data to this user's database, and so that the algorithm can actually produce the right results. So for our own life, I think it's the same. The data to our own life is just the experience that we have and what kind of information that we receive every day. I think at least for me, it's very important that I live my life around the things that can give me the best kind of data, which is the best kind of experience. It doesn't have to be all perfect, but at least it will be something that I can use to learn things and become better and better. So the second part is procedure. So when you're trying to do something on trying to solve some machine learning problems, or you're trying to just some simple ones, you for sure need to have a good algorithm to program it. A lot of the things can maybe get to you to the same result, but there must be a way that can be optimized. So that's the thing that I learned from machine learning, and I think it applies to our lives as well. I want to say that again from this quote: anytime you make something simpler and lower friction, you get more of it. So machine learning is the same. You are trying to design this algorithm that's easy, neat for a machine to implement it and to do study so that they can sort of run it on their own. And for our life, we should just trust the procedures and to build a system that's very low friction, and then we can build a better habit around everything that you want to be. interested in building good habits, you can see the video here. It's the book review on Atomic Habits. And also throughout the procedure, the whole concept of machine learning is that you keep building up this good algorithm, and then you have this, at the end of the day, through thousands of iterations, they came out with a better result. You know, in life is designed not to be easy. We for sure is going to encounter a lot of difficulties and a lot of the things that we might not have been encountered with in the past. Ever since I studied machine learning, and now I think of all the experience and all the mistakes or all the hard, difficult things that I will encounter, I think of it, those are the things that it's going to help me learn in the future to have a better result. Once you have the good data input, which is our own experience, and then you have a good procedure that guides you through your data and your experience, then you have a good system. Move on to the third part, is the output. In machine learning, the output is an improved algorithm and improved results, whatever that is going to keep going to optimize the results. Oftentimes is to find the shortest route to get to the maximum point. For us, it's the same. Like when we know our goals, where it is, then we have the right input, and then we have the right procedure. Then when you've done the hard work and when you have built up the system that's gonna help you, for sure we're going to achieve that, so that we have a happier and healthier life. Those are the 3 lessons that I learned from machine learning. Last but not the least, I also read a book about machine learning after I finished that course. You might not need to go to that class if you're interested in the machine learning and what kind of value conflicts and all those hot topics these days that they're talking about. Here's a very good book. It's called The Alignment Problem by Brian Christian. Brian Christian is a New York Times bestseller, the author of the acclaimed bestsellers The Most Human and Algorithms to Live By. So this book seems very thick, but it's a very fascinating book to just get an idea about how machine learning has evolved over the past several decades. And he has interviewed a lot of people who are in this forefront of machine learning and also AI. He himself has put a lot of effort into just interviewing all those people, and this book talks about the alignment problem. It's throughout the development of machine learning. Over time, people start to realize that nowadays, actually, there are a lot of problem surface on this whole machine learning thing. It all boils down to the data that we feed into it and what kind of purpose that we program the machines that is going to help us to do things. So it's a very interesting read, and if you're interested, you can definitely take a look. I learned about this book in a podcast at the Elsa Klein show. I will put down a link and everything down below. You can also listen to that podcast if you're interested. I want to end today's video by this quote from this book. Knowledge is a fine thing, quite capable of ruling a man, Socrates says. If he can distinguish good from evil, nothing will force him to act otherwise than as knowledge dictates, since wisdom is all the reinforcement he needs. I think it talks about human beings' thirst of knowledge and our natural curiosity about the world, and that's amazed me the most. These kind of wisdom that doesn't really care what time we're at. It could be thousands of years ago, or it could be at the most futuristic topic, machine learning. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see other book review videos, you can see it at the playlist. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. I'm going to share a lot more in the future.